Hello guys, it's here. So in this video I want to play around with Harbinger, and it's been a while since I farming Harbinger, and on this one we're not going to do the usual Harbinger stuff where you basically just look for the fracturing shard. We're actually going to use the Harbinger to farm Scarabs, and usually the monster from the Harbinger data doesn't really drop a lot of stuff. So scaling something like additional modifier with Nemesis or something like Waves, it usually doesn't really work that well. But with the map modifier Scarab, it does works pretty well, and Harbinger does give you a lot of rare monster. So we are betting on the quantity rather than the quality. And with the additions of the altar bonus, like quantity and scrap duplication and all that stuff, it ended up giving us a decent amount of scarabs. So that is the basic idea. And for the maps, I'm doing this on Jungle Valley. Another map that you can do it is also on Mausoleum, and the reason why I'm choosing Jungle Valley or Mausoleum is because this map doesn't have the boss altars. So for someone new, altars red or blue, whenever you use them, it will always give you two options, and it can give you player bonus, monster bonus, or boss bonus. And because Jungle Folly and Mausoleum doesn't have the boss spawn unless you go into the rooms, you never get the boss bonus. So you're always going to have the player bonus and the monster bonus. And the player bonus is the one that we're looking for. If we can get something like scrap duplications or quantity, that will contribute to the scrap drop by quite a lot. And the monster bonus also can give you scrap, so that's additional one if you do not get the scrap duplications or the quantity. And for the map itself, I just look for 100% more scarabs. And since the mechanic is not exactly hard, the Harbinger is not that difficult, especially if you're using something like Headhunter. So rolling the map is a lot easier compared to something like Plight, for example. So rolling the map for this one is a lot easier. I just look for 100 scarabs and decent amount of mod, so like 5 mod or 6 mod, because that will give you more quantity and also more passes and everything. And it's also going to give you more explicit modifier. So this is the kind of map that I'm using, and then I apply one delirium orbs just to get more monster. And the delirium orb that I'm using is Diviner. So this delirium orb will give you stat decks, and the reason why I like to use this delirium orb is because it's always paid itself back, so you don't have to worry about the cost. And for the Scarab, I'm using one Harbinger Scarab of Regency. They're going to give us 50% chance for the Harbinger to become a Harbinger boss. When with the 25, we have that 75% chance. And for the rest of the Scarab, I'm just using 4 Harbinger Scarabs. So we just get as many Harbinger as possible. I think is in one map, we get something like 15 to 17 Harbinger in the maps. And for the Atlas tree, this is the Atlas tree I'm using. It's pretty standard. We take all the Harbinger node. This one to get additional Harbinger. And this one to give you a chance that if you drop something, there is a chance for your currency shard to become drop like a whole currency. For example, if you drop fracturing shard, there is a chances for you to actually drop the fracturing orbs. And this one is the most important one. This will give you 25% chance for the Harbinger to become a Harbinger bosses. And Harbinger bosses is better because it gives a lot more monster and it tends to drop more currency. So, and the rest of them is just the altars. I'm using red altars because this fit my build. And you really need to make sure that you're able to withstand the downside of the altars. So if you can do blue, just do blue. If you can do red, just do red. Remember, the altars is really, really important. Just make sure you're able to take all the downsides, so you can always get all the player mod that you get from the altars. And we do take all the scraps node. In fact, all the scraps node here. So we are going all in on the scarabs. So it's a pretty simple tree. For the result, this is what I get. We actually get quite a lot of T17 drops. So I think if you want to do like a map farm with Harbinger, this probably can work really, really well. Because in this strat, we do not have any like the maps node. We still get the decent amount of T17s. So if you want to invest a little bit more point on the map node, I think it's probably not that bad of an idea. Because T17 is still pretty good amount of currency. And we got a lot of Chaos Orb. This is something that you're going to have when you farm Harbinger. And as you can see, we get decent amount of Scarabs. And the Scarabs amount is not super crazy, but I think with the amount of cost we invest on the strategy, the amount of Scarabs actually pretty decent. So for the cost, it's actually pretty cheap. So I will consider this kind of strategy budget. I'm using the 16.5 Jackal Folly, is like 10C each. And the mob rolling cost I put here is 500 chaos. I don't spend a lot on the mob rolling cost because I just need the 100% more scarabs and I can do pretty much almost all mods. So the rolling cost is pretty cheap for me, but of course this will be different depending on your build. And the Harbinger Scarab is also pretty cheap. They use 2C each. The Regency is pretty expensive though. I think it's around like 15 to 70 C, but you only use one, so it's not really that big of a deal. And one Delirium Ops Definer is 11 C each, and the cost per map is 0.3 Define. So for me, this is not super cheap, but it's also not expensive. And here is the manual pricing. It's just the T70 Abominations. This is 50 C each, and the Originator is we got 17 T16.5. Some of them is Jungle Valley, some of them Mausoleum. There's some of them that are good layout, which worth a lot more than XC, but I just averaged them into XC, so it's not really, since this is not a big part of the profit anyway, so it doesn't really matter as much. And for the map time, this is really important. For me, my map time is 4 minutes. Now, depending on how fast you are on this route, your define per hour will change a lot. So for example, if your map time is 4.5 minutes, you basically from 29 to 25 to 26 div. So the average map time, like how fast you are doing this strategy, that's going to matter a lot if you care about the define per hours. Like I said, this define per hour is based on my build and my playstyle. And average 4 minutes, I think, is on the low end. A lot of my map is like 3.5 minutes, something like that, because I mean it's pretty fast. I'm playing KB, and my item is already like endgame item, so I'm doing the map really, really fast. So if you care about the diff per hour, it's just a matter of like how fast you can do the maps. So I think that's it about the strategy. It's pretty simple. It's pretty chill actually, and the XP actually pretty good too because you kill a lot of monster. So I think that's all I have for you today. And as usual, if you guys have any questions, leave in the comment below. I will try my best to answer it. And thank you everyone for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one.